I'm Amber Davies and welcome to Call to Stage. This is the space where musical theatre takes centre stage. From unforgettable backstage stories with incredible special guests to insights from my life and my theatre journey. We're leaving it all on the mic every single week, so let's jump in. Hi guys, welcome back to Call to Stage with me, Amber Davies, and the chicest Bradley Gibson. You're so chic.
Thank you for having me. And I really, if there's one word I like to live by, it is chic.
Baby.
And simplicity. Like nothing too crazy.
You're timeless.
Thank you.
I love it. As soon as you came in, I thought,
you already get it. You already get it.
Yeah. Right. The first question I ask everybody, because I find it so interesting, is as Hercules, have you got any quirky pre-show ritual?
I'm just kind of always making noise.
Okay.
The company warm-up is new to me as an American, which I really like. But I think after that, as I'm getting ready, putting on makeup, getting in my costume, warming up myself in my room, I'm always like either buzzing through a straw or making noise or playing music and kind of like humming to it, because I don't want to warm up the voice, but I still want to keep it moving because I'm not in from the top of the show. Yeah. You know?
I want to talk about that actually. How do you feel about coming in an hour and a half before curtain up?
Here's my take. I like it.
Do you?
I really enjoy it because I think it's a great way to see everyone in the building.
Yep.
I love that. On Broadway, you get so used to your show after a while, or you're busy because of whatever's happening in the day. Sometimes you arrive right at half hour and you're rushing to get ready. You're rushing to warm up. If you're really diligent and the role really requires it, you get there earlier. But I like that required hour and a half before the show. You see everyone, you warm up physically if you choose. You warm up vocally if you choose. At least at Hercules, it's more of like a do what you need to do. Or maybe you need to do more. And my more is the buzzing and the making sound. But I like it.
Do you?
Yeah, I like it.
So can I just ask, with Broadway, is there a time you have to be in for?
Yes, you have to be in half hour.
You have to be in by the half?
By the half. Like that's when you got to sign in and be in the building.
Okay. That's like us for the second show.
Yes.
Like you have to be there by the half.
Exactly.
I love that.
You like that?
I kind of love that. Because I have an alternate.
Okay.
Right? And on my alternate day, I will push it as far as I possibly can to get into the building.
Yeah.
Your days are longer. You know?
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I get it. I would love to know, go back. I want to go back. How old were you when you thought, I can sing or I can dance? When did you discover you had that in your DNA?
I think I discovered it. Someone affirmed it or told me. My aunt, my mom's younger sister, who was like my first best friend. Oh. She was my babysitter. She was around like 12, 13 when I was born. I remember she was watching me for a weekend because my parents were out of town. And she loved music and, all the songs of the 90s. And she was taking a shower. And one day I was singing I Believe in You and Me, Whitney Houston from The Preacher's Wife. And she came out of the shower in the bathroom and she was like, Bradley, was that you singing? And I was like, no, it wasn't me. And she was like, do it again. And I was so shy as a kid. So she was like, what if I turn it on and you turn around and I'll turn around and you just sing it? And I did. And after that, she told everyone in the family. She was like, he can sing, and was forcing me to sing at every family function, something.
So it was forced.
Yeah.
I love that. And then, because I'm always intrigued with how it works in America. Did you do Saturday school or?
Well, I was in dance. Okay. I did community theater, right? Community theater is something you would do after school by choice, right? Auditioning, a little group of friends do all the shows, right? Eventually, the school musical is happening in middle school and high school. There's drama club. There's also choir, which was always a thing in elementary school. And I was really big into choir in high school. I almost thought I was going to go to college more so for vocal performance or vocal education.
Wow.
Right? Along the way, I figured out what musical theater was because I loved to do all these things, but I didn't really understand that musical theater was a thing until I started working when I was 16. I did my first summer stock regional job. I was the youngest person in the company. We did a chorus line. I was Richie. Everyone else on the line was either doing a summer stock gig in college, or they were a New York actor doing a gig. And that's the summer I learned about colleges and conservatories and musical theater as an option. And all of these other actors were also affirming me and saying like, hey, you need to do this. You need to come to New York. You need to go to school for musical theater. And I went back to school kind of knowing like, this is what I'm going to do.
This is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Do you have like you lean more towards singing, or like what's your vibe?
I think the older I get, the more I have to like stand, because there's like a feeling of not wanting to own it. But I have to own that I'm a storyteller.
Yes.
I'm an actor. Everything that stems from me, whether it be music that I'm doing in a show, music that I'm writing and releasing myself, or whether it be a play I'm doing, whether it be a TV show I'm filming, all of it inside of me is coming from the root of a storyteller. Yeah, so I would say actor.
That. I love that so much. Also, I feel like I would, like, say I'm watching a musical or I'm watching somebody sing and like they are giving me every riff under the sun. So impressive. But if I don't believe...
Gotta believe it.
What you're singing is not impressive to me.
Not at all.
Do you
the
know what
acting
I mean?
comes first. The storytelling comes first. There's actually a moment in Hercules that people, if you've seen me in the show here, people talk about. There's an option up I take in the reprise of Go the Distance. And I started doing it in the later part of the development. And so late that like it wasn't even really a discussion of yes or no.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do it when I got here. And I was just waiting for Kaz, the arranger and, head of Alan Menken's right-hand man to come in and say nope to, some of my options. And that was when he was like, you got to keep it. Because it's justified.
Because it came from here.
And it's in the storytelling. It's on the lyric, I will please the gods. After he has been told by his parents, the gods, what he needs to do to come home. That moment of release, it's from his guts.
Yeah.
I will please the gods. So take it up, baby. Belt that thing out. Leave your throat on the floor. Sing on them like Whitney Houston said.
I'm obsessed with you. And then you went to Boston Conservatory.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. BOCO, as it's called.
BOCO.
And I went pre-merger with Berklee School of Music.
Okay.
So that means I'm old. I'm an auntie.
Okay. I feel like that.
But many a great Broadway performer went to that school during that time.
Is there like top, like for us in the UK, there's like top places that if you've trained at this place or this place or this place, they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think more so back in the time when I was in college and prior, because now there's so many schools in the States that have musical theater departments. Back when I was applying to colleges, there were not that many. There were very few. A lot of them I discovered in that summer stock job. Yeah. And some I didn't apply to because there were like maybe 20 or less in the country. And I applied to a small handful of those.
Yeah.
And BOCO was one of those.
BOCO.
Yep.
Right, let's talk about it then. West End, Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
This is your West End debut.
Yeah, it is.
Are you thriving?
I'm thriving. I love the West End.
Do you like London?
I like London a lot, and I feel very calm here. I just posted on my Insta story. I was like, the vibes in London have been immaculate. Like immaculate vibes, and it's like stirring up my heart in the best way. So
like healing.
Yeah.
So let's go all the way back to your start, the start of your journey with Hercules. You were in the OG workshop.
Not the OG workshop for the 2-act version of the musical.
Okay.
The musical was originally a 90-minute version that was in Shakespeare in the Park, a part of the Public Theater's summer series.
Wow.
They do one show, if it's not every season, every other season, they do something called The Community Works. And it's a show where they involve a small handful of professional actors, Broadway actors, and the rest are community residents ranging in age from child 8 years old to 80.
I love
so
that.
The cast of Hercules was like 100 people. with this, like I said, a handful of Broadway talents, like Roger Bart, the voice of.
Oh, I love Rog. I've worked with Roger.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you do?
Back to the Future.
Oh my God, Back to the
in
Future.
London.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was Hades in that production originally. And I auditioned for that production originally. I was in Lion King for a year at that point as Simba, and I got the audition, and I got to the final. I didn't get it. But it's funny because I remember when I was in a show called A Bronx Tale, the musical, with people like Orlando Bowes. We played brother and sister. I remember the day that the Playbill press announcement came out about Hercules in the Park. And it said that it was going to be a part of the public works, community works, and that it was going to be a production that was going to feature Hercules as a black man. And I remember saying to my dressing room mates, Bobby Conte Thornton, Gilbert Bailey, I was like, I could do that. That was before Lion King, before anything. Flash to the audition for the public. I don't get it. I wasn't really down about it because it's, you're an actor.
Did you have a feeling like maybe it was always going to happen?
No. Actually, I think I was getting to the point where I could like force myself to let it go.
Yeah.
Because I was also in a show at the time.
Yeah.
And I knew that if it was such a short period of time, it was just like a 2-month summer gig, I would take a leave from Lion King. Which is why it was originally enticing too, right?
Yeah.
A year in the show, like a little break to do this show, then come back.
Like get your creative juices flowing.
Yeah, I'd done a show in the park before. It's a beautiful scenario.
Yeah.
Under the stars, all the people. New York loves it. It's free theater.
I think it's similar to us. We have Regent's Park.
Yes.
But that's a professional.
Yes.
I love that. So you did it on Broadway, right?
No, I did it off Broadway. So
off Broadway.
After that
Paper Mill.
audition, Paper Mill in New Jersey, Paper Mill Playhouse is where we did the out of town. So after that audition for the public that I didn't get, years go by, we're in the pandemic, and I get an email asking me to come to a reading because that production in the park, people love Hercules.
Yeah.
It was so well received and people loved it more. People wanted more. They were starting to want to develop it as a 2-act musical, and they asked me to come in and be Hercules. And I've been coming back and forth to it since.
So the Paper Mill is off. A lot of productions start at the Paper Mill, don't they?
Yeah,
Gatsby
so many.
was one of them.
Gatsby, a long list throughout like many, many, many years. It's an iconic place to do a show.
I want to do a show at the Paper Mill.
You must. It's like one of the out-of-town Broadway spots.
Okay.
New things develop, but also they do great like regional shows.
Okay.
Like in the same season, they'll do like 2 or 3 new works, but also they'll do a great production of West Side Story or something.
Okay. I'm obsessed.
Great
I'm
theater.
obsessed. And when the email came through about London, what was your did you audition for it?
No. I think I've been auditioning and developing it and doing it for years.
Yeah.
Since we started in 2021, it's been a constant work and edit and creating this thing with Disney as an actor, right? As they try to find the vision of what this show is. I was always a part of it. And also I've done many concerts and things with Disney. And I think when it came time to ask me to do it here in London, it was really respectfully an ask to see if I was available because it was kind of out of the blue, right? A 3-month
what did you
situation.
like? What did you even think?
They called me to ask me and I was like, wait, well, first they emailed to set up a call. And I was like, what did they want to talk about? And they asked me if I would close out Hercules in the West End. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding me? I've wanted to spend time in London.
Yeah.
I think American actors, we all desire a West End debut, but it's tricky, right?
Yeah, it's tricky.
We can't like strategically plan that. You got to either move here and like try to make it happen, or it has to come to you. And it came to me in this way, in this show that I've been developing and loving for so long. And
I just think it's such a beautiful ending for them.
I think it's great.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To like your DNA is in the production.
Absolutely.
And I feel like for you to close the run, and it's been a very successful run.
Yeah, it has been very successful.
Yeah. I think that's just such a beautiful like way to end it.
Yeah, it feels right.
When is your closing date?
September 5th.
Oh, you still have ages.
We still have about 6 weeks to go.
And you're doing 8 a week?
I do 8 a week.
Baby.
Come on down. There's some dates where I'm going to be out, a small handful. But outside of that, I love doing this show too. So I want to be there as much as I can.
Yeah.
I love telling this story.
And what about the difference between New York, like American audiences versus London?
I think London audiences are a little bit, y'all are tough to win over. Y'all are not playing with us. Like, we can't just do anything and get a standing ovation.
I know.
We can't just do, ha ha ha. And you're like, yeah, it's like.
It is, isn't it?
Which I love, because I think standing ovations are kind of given away too easily in the States. Even a show like Hercules that is so buoyant and joyous, and it leaves people, happy and on their feet in a way of celebration, to earn that standing O for the show itself and what we're doing as a company, you got to earn that.
Yeah.
Which I love. I respect that.
What about etiquette?
Etiquette. It's a lot better here.
It is, isn't it?
And I'm not poo-pooing on Broadway because that's home and New York is home, but the roots of theater are here. And I think a part of that is the London audience is, number one, more willing to come in and just be wrapped up in whatever vibe and world you're selling. So you're more willing to experience something new, or just come in and be what it is.
Yeah, and give your time.
Yes, and they want to understand, they want to listen. And I think that because of that, it's a more energetic exchange. The energy exchange is different, because I think that's what I love.
I was speaking to somebody about this. That is what an audience and the cast and the audience, it's an energetic exchange.
Yes.
If I feel that, because when I went to New York, I went to see Mandy Gonzalez's debut as Norma Desmond.
Oh, I love Mandy.
Honestly, the vibes in the audience, it blew me away. I just thought, if I ever experience a roar like that, but at the same time, there was people on their phones around me having like full-blown conversations, and I did think in my mind, you would never catch that in London.
Yeah. Even on stage, I don't see as many lights from phones. Maybe in the weeks I've been in the show, I've heard one phone go off.
I know.
The etiquette is much more respectful, which, who doesn't love that?
Yeah, I know. But you're so true. But they do say, when I'm trying to win an audience over, and I think, come on, you can't hear a smile, my love. Mm-mm. You can't hear a smile. And they always are on their feet in the end.
Yeah.
What would you say your top 3 things are about your favourite things about London so far?
I gotta say this, and I tell everyone this. M&S.
Oh my gosh.
M&S. Wow, what a place.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's beautiful, and I go multiple times a week. My M&S in my community, the guy at the door, he knows me. He knows my dog.
He's back.
He's like, hello, have a good day. How you doing? I'm like, I'm good. I'm here.
M&S is the absolute best.
Yeah.
What about local pub?
I don't have a favorite local pub, but I do, the past couple of weeks, the cast of Hercules, Mamma Mia, Sinatra all kind of go to the same pub. It's near our theaters, and you have just cast members, crew members, wham, like everyone's just there having a cocktail and like ending the week for the day off. And I love that. I feel like in New York, we have those watering holes, like those spots that theater people go to. But I feel like you might just go in expecting to stay a long time. Where what I love about this is like people will really be honest and I'll come for one, or like,
I'll come for one.
And you truly have one, and you're like, oh, have a great day off, everyone. Bye. And we all go our way. Yeah. I love that.
One for the road.
Yeah, I love that.
We have to talk about Lion King.
Yes.
Mr. Simba. Right. I want to know from the first very audition, how many times did you audition for it?
Like 3 or 4.
Over like 3 years?
No, over the course of like callback situation. Well, I auditioned once for the show.
You auditioned once?
Yeah.
And got it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, here in London, you have to audition for a show at least like 2 or 3 years.
Really? Yeah, well, that was not my experience with Lion King. I went in for Lion King because it became available and was brought to my attention as, audition in the inbox. But it had been kind of appearing in my life. There was a point in college, I remember they were doing like a video submission before video submissions were a thing. For Simbas and Nalas, and a friend of mine like sent it to me and like gave me the sheet music saying like, you should do this. And I remember being kind of like, no, I shouldn't. This is not for me. I'm not supposed to play Simba. And then once I started going in and having callbacks, I was like, oh, I think I could play Simba.
I could do this.
Did it for 2 years.
Was it unbelievable? Do you know, for me, I feel really sorry. It was the first musical I ever saw.
Me too.
Really?
Me too. My first Broadway show.
It was my first West End show. It was genuinely what made me think like, oh my gosh.
How old were you?
7.
See, I was in high school.
Oh.
I was in high school on a high school trip with my choir. We would go every spring break to like a choir competition. And that year was in New York. And we saw Lion King, which I was pissed about because I wanted to see the Phantom of the Opera. And I was like the theater person in the choir. And I was like, this is messed up, guys. I think the movie had come out recently. This is aging me. The movie had come out, so I was really into it. And I was like, I just cannot believe that you guys are disrespecting me, the theater actor and the choir, and we're not going to see the show that I want to see. This is disrespectful. But they still sat me in like the center row of the front row of the mezzanine. And it was the first time I ever saw a full stage of people that looked like me telling a story that we all loved. Because I remember I was a Disney kid growing up on all those 90s movies. I was in the theater watching Lion King, watching my mom cry and being like, Mommy, like, why are you crying?
Yeah.
And her being like, Mufasa's dead.
Mufasa. Was it a difficult show?
Yes.
Physically?
Yes.
I always think like the company of Lion King is like bred differently physically.
Yes.
It's a lot.
The show is different than any other show.
Yeah.
How it runs, how it operates, how it's rehearsed, what's required. It is so different. It is so nuanced. It's its own thing. And I think that goes for everyone involved in the show. And for Simba, it's funny that it was so difficult for me in ways because it's also, you're only kind of in act 2.
Yeah.
Right? And you spend a lot of act 1 getting ready and putting to makeup and stuff. But it was really hard and challenging. It was a challenging 2 years that I grew a lot in. But it had its dark moments. It's funny. I almost feel, I was talking to someone about this. There's something about that character, I think, that really hits the spirit and hits your life because of the ask physically, because of the topic of death and grieving and finding oneself. All those things connected along with the stage being made of steel and everyone having bodily harm during it, injuries. It makes it a really interesting journey.
Character building for yourself.
Yeah.
Are you glad you did it?
I am glad I did it because it was my introduction to Disney theatrical, kind of becoming part of that family. And it also, there's 2 things. One, it's like, it's the show that no matter what I do, my family will never be more excited than when I called them and told them about The Lion King, because everyone in the world knows The Lion King.
Yeah.
And it's one thing people can automatically tap into. You played Simba in The Lion King, which is really cool. And another thing is that it just really, it taught me how to do hard things, how to do a hard run that hurts physically, how to take care of yourself. Vocally, the stamina, that music for Simba, Endless Night, is written in such a way that it's high, but it's not high. It's right in like a tenor's kind of break.
Soft spot.
But you have to sing it not really big. It's small. It grows. There's like a certain nuance way of singing in The Lion King, a lot of straight tone. So it was challenging, but it taught me a lot.
How would you, for people listening, when it comes to vocal health, what would be your tips to sustain a 2-year run?
I think voice lessons. Don't just rely on the fact that you have the job and 8 shows a week.
Yeah.
Even if you're like, diligently warming up, you should be having voice lessons once in a while to check in on the voice. I think hydration, not just water, but hydration with electrolytes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a big believer in that. So I have water with pink Himalayan salt and lemon, but also thank God for those little electrolyte packets.
Yeah.
You want the right ones that have the real good stuff in it. I think also just figuring out what that role requires.
Yes.
If that means like this theater and space drives me out a lot, or whether it be I can't drink a lot during the week on this. It affects me. I have acid reflux. So
Same.
certain roles it affects me differently.
Yeah.
Right? So if I have to avoid certain acidic things or not.
Like in the past year for me, I've noticed that I can't eat before bed. I can't eat after a show because I will have acid reflux.
Yeah.
It's my age, I think.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like as you get older as well, you have to start doing things a bit differently.
Because the body changes, right? And we got to keep adapting to that change.
Yeah.
We must adapt to the change.
Yeah.
Because if you push against it, you end up in a bad situation.
I know. And then you did A Bronx Tale.
Yes.
As Tyrone.
Yes.
And did you say Ariana DeBose was your sister in it?
Yeah, we were the original Broadway cast, and we play brother and sister.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
I love doing that show. I think that show was an experience that I will never have again because I was at the right age. I was single. I was like in my mid-20s. There was a group of us that were all in our mid-20s, but also a big group of people that were parents and, seasoned.
Yeah.
And the energy of the show, it's about family, right, and community, and that bled out into the cast. I think a lot of times in theater, the vibe and the world of the show bleeds out into the company. So the show was all about community and family, and we were that. We were hanging out all the time, whether it be bowling, whether it be parties after the show, whether it be baby showers, or someone would have a pool party. And Chaz Palminteri, who created and wrote A Bronx Tale, he started that, right? He would have us at his home for pool parties, and people that didn't have family in New York go to his house for Thanksgiving. Like that Italian family bond was real. And people like the late, great Nick Cordero, who I love so much. He was such a big leader in the company of hanging out, right?
Yeah.
He was the guy in rehearsal. If the day off is Sunday, Saturday night, he's like, hey, yo, we all going to the bar afterwards for a drink. Like, no, it's not an option. Get in the elevator, let's go. And that started that energy.
Yeah.
So we all were so close.
I like that. I always feel like you do get 1 or 2 jobs in your career where you're like, the people made that.
Yes. I met chosen family there.
Yes.
Christiane Pitts, who just was Tony nominated this year for Two Strangers.
Yeah.
Carry a Cake Across New York. Oh my God, the longest title.
I know, I love it though.
But that's my sister.
Yeah.
That's my sister. I met her walking out of the door of my first callback for A Bronx Tale. She was sitting on a bench and she was just making sure she was at the right place. And she was right out of college and she was so like wide-eyed and beautiful. And she was like, is this the Bronx Tale callback? And I was like, yeah. And from that point on, and the first day we met in rehearsal, like that group of people clicked.
Yeah.
And Ariana it's amazing seeing everything that's happened for her since. That was her first show after Hamilton.
No.
Yeah.
Was
so
it?
Nothing that has happened now had happened yet. And Ariana's from North Carolina. I'm from North Carolina. I knew her from theater competitions and stuff. So
wow.
yeah, all those people have gone off to do amazing things, whether it be even the amazing things they do in their life. Like Gilbert Bailey, my like partner in crime in the show, we sang a song called Ain't It the Truth? He just had a little baby, him and his wife, Gilbert Bailey the third. Like that's the thing about theater I love, right?
Yeah.
It keeps growing, it keeps happening.
Yeah, I love that.
You pick up people along the way.
I love that. I love that so much. Is there a moment in your career that you will, like a day or just a thought that you will remember forever?
Yes. I would have to say, oh my God, there's 2 moments I think about. First is being a part of the Lion King anniversary concert at the Hollywood Bowl.
Wow.
Like representing Simba, representing Club Simba, right? All those men that have come before me, after me. Heather Headley and I were the only Broadway folks in the concert. It was like Jennifer Hudson and people from the film like Nathan Lane were a part of it. And I got to sing Endless Night, and I'll never forget looking up and feeling the breeze move the trees in my costume and sing the Hollywood Bowl full of people. Magical. And that's also kind of an example of all the great things that have come my way due to Disney. And the second would be filming. I was one of the stars in the Netflix drama called Partner Track.
Right.
It was a show about lawyers and kind of like Emily in Paris, Sex and the City meets like Suits. We wore fabulous clothes and walked the streets of New York. And the first day of filming, we did this walk and talk scene in front of Nordstrom in Midtown in like the Times Square area. And we were like in these high fashion suits and briefcases and style to the nines. And, you know, regular people or pedestrians are passing by and they're trying to like guard us. But one of the pedestrians walking by was Lynn Ahrens of Ahrens and Flaherty, who I did Rocky with, my Broadway debut.
Yeah.
They were the composers of that. And along the way, like I've grown to love them and know them. And Lynn always remembered me. And I was a swing right out of college in that show. But we kept in touch. And she was saying hi to me as we were filming that walk and talk. And the security guys were like, get out the way, move. And I was like, no, this is Lynn Ahrens. She is a legend of the theater. And she's like, Bradley, it's okay. It's okay. And I'm like, no, Lynn, no. And mind you, the Netflix folks, they didn't care.
No.
They were like, we're trying to get this scene.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget like saying, no, you respect Lynn Ahrens. Those are two moments in my career that I'll be like, wow. One, because I sang at Hollywood Bowl, Lion King. And two, that I got a chance to film a Netflix show and kind of like live my walk and talk, Sex in the City kind of vibe. Yeah.
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with you. I love your energy. I think you're absolutely wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for giving me half an hour of your time today. I know you're super, super busy.
Happy to. I love.
And I'm going to book my tickets to come and see you.
Please.
And you should too, guys.
Come on.
Head to the Patreon if you want to hear some of your questions we asked. See you later.